I am James Beshara, and I am your host of the Daily Vedantic. So what is the Daily Vedantic? It's a daily podcast and YouTube channel, short episodes on the reflections, the timeless, ancient philosophy of Vedanta. Vedanta goes back thousands and thousands of years. We actually don't know how far it goes back. We do know in terms of continuous study, it is the oldest philosophy known to man. What does this philosophy say? What is it about? Well, it is all about who you really are. Who am I? Well, the dinner conversation might be around, I'm the father of 3 little girls, live in Los Angeles, founder of 3 companies. So my last business to Airbnb was in Silicon Valley, in the heart of Silicon Valley, when 10 years ago I rediscovered my love of ancient wisdom. After a few years of going a mile wide and an inch deep, I started to see this pattern. Some of my favorite thinkers, even these thinkers in the West, were all influenced by the same tradition. Thinkers from Carl Jung to Alan Watts to Joseph Campbell to Emerson to Thoreau, all influenced by a daily reflection on these principles coming from these 4 textbooks called the Vedas. The end of the textbooks called the Upanishads. Vedanta means the end of the Vedas. Veda also translates to knowledge. So in many ways, it's the end of knowledge. And for me, that was the beginning. I started to go deep into Vedantic philosophy in the same way that I invest in startups where I see a seed, where an entire gravitational pull, maybe consumers or the world is going to go towards. Similarly, I read this book, Vedanta Treatise, and my whole world changed. It seems the oldest ideas are the ones that feel so intuitively true to me, and yet you never hear people talking about them in our day-to-day lives. Fast forward 8 years from first picking up this book, and we have the Daily Vedantic. So I welcome you to join me on this journey of daily reflection on these timeless principles. See if they help you in your life. 10 years ago, I was literally in the ER with a heart condition from too much stress. Now, 10 years later, I don't remember the last stressful day that I've had. You can join us in the links in the show notes, thedailyvedantic.co. You can join us on Instagram, on TikTok, and especially on YouTube, where you get the daily visual component to go with that daily audio and your podcast player. Wherever you join us, we're excited that you're here, and we hope you benefit from this philosophy that, well, all of humanity has, whether we knew it or not. This is the Daily Vedantic. Thanks for listening to the Daily Vedantic. This reflection is part of a free repeating 2-year course in Advaita Vedanta. Rooted in the timeless wisdom of the Upanishads, arguably the oldest philosophical texts on earth, you can begin with episode 1, which gives the 15-minute overview of the whole philosophy of Vedanta, or you can join the journey with any episode at any point. But the critical aspect of this course, of understanding and mastering anything, is to study and reflect, even for 10 to 15 minutes on the timeless each day, preferably at the start of your day. As is said in this philosophy, reflection is 100,000 times as powerful as listening. So listen, journal, sit with, discuss these concepts, or ask questions at thedailyvedantic.com with our AI-powered chatbot, informed by about 700 episodes here, as regularly as one can, if you want to see clarity and peace almost effortlessly unfold in your daily life. And if it doesn't result in a near immediate increase in clarity and peace, then toss aside and feel free to never listen again. One of the things that you might notice is after 7 or 8 days in a row, this doesn't feel like a discipline. This feels like a visit with a best friend to dive into the timeless with daily reflection. Within a few days, it becomes one of your favorite parts of the day. You can also find out more, including news about in-person events in Los Angeles and beyond, at the Daily Vedantic on Instagram, or through our weekly newsletter at thedailyvedantic.com. Additionally, check out the links in our show notes for more resources like the books that are mentioned most frequently in the episodes, including Vedanta Treatise, perhaps the simplest and most straightforward read on this philosophy I've ever come across. Until next time, and from the entire team that works on the Daily Vedantic project, thanks for listening.